What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 4th episode of Hide and Zeke. Today we got Marcus like always, but we also got our boy Adam.
What's going on?
Welcome, Adam.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be previewing all the Week 4 matchups. We're going to talk about Jared Goff for MVP, and we're going to talk about some daily fantasy. So, Adam, you're new here, so let's start us off with some Thursday night recap. What happened last night?
Thursday night recap. Well, I think it's easy to determine that the Rams are by far the favorite for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Their offense is incredible. I mean, what else is there to say?
Yeah.
They don't have any weaknesses.
I don't know.
Besides Jared Goff, but he showed that he's not a
You don't know who
weakness.
the tight end is, though.
They don't need tight end.
They don't need a
That's
tight end with
true.
those
That's
three
true.
receivers.
Yeah. I mean, the Vikings did put up a bunch of points on them, though.
Yeah, but they also didn't have Akeem Talib and Marcus Peters was hurt.
Right.
And when the game was on the line, Aaron Donald had 2 sacks in the last drive.
I saw
Shut
one of the highlights
game
on
down.
Instagram where he literally just threw Kirk Cousins to the ground. I was like,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick.
Yeah, the Sue Darnold combo up front is
it's
lethal.
not fun.
The thing that I noticed the most is that there's so much positional versatility for the Rams that they're always in the same package. They always have 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and running back.
Yeah.
They don't need a sub packages
No.
like Cooper Kupp can block. Like they can all do everything. So it's like you never know what they're gonna do. They want to run the ball on the goal line. They have 3 wide receivers out there. Like
Cooper Kupp went off last night.
Yeah.
I looked
who
at his
didn't though?
That's
Brandon
true.
Cooks,
Literally
Robert Woods.
literally everyone in that game. Like even the Vikings receivers went off too. It was a good game.
Well, that's the scary thing about that offense is
Yeah.
one week it could be Cooper Kupp and next week. I mean, last night it was all 3 of them, but
Seriously. Who do you guys think can beat them? Like if there was like two or three teams, I think the Jags.
We were talking about it last night, and I think that it's weird, but I think the Jags are the best equipped, like with their roster.
Because of Blake Bortles.
Just because, no.
because of that defense. That's
Yeah.
it.
Just because, their biggest weakness, even though he looks great last night, is still going to be Jared Goff. And, if you have Calais Campbell rushing him, Jalen Ramsey on the back end, those linebackers, I think that they can take Gurley enough out of the game where you got to put it all on Goff, and it'll come down to McVay trying to pick them apart.
That's a sick game. Jared Goff versus Blake Bortles.
Right.
I feel like Blake Bortles would show out.
Imagine that Super Bowl.
That'd be sick.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, I really thought that the Saints were in contention to beat the Rams, but after seeing that defense, the defense over the past 3 weeks has looked questionable at best. I mean, their secondary looks pretty beat up.
Yeah, but they did last year. Remember first couple weeks? Remember when
There's a lot of teams
Patriots,
out there. There's a
Patriots
lot of
went
teams
down.
like that. It happens every year. You see it every single year. So we'll see. I feel like someone's gonna figure it out. Like I don't think the Rams will go undefeated.
I think that Sean McVay is the best coach in the league.
Yeah, you said that last night, and
Compared to Bill Belichick,
I had a very
1-2 with Tom Brady, 4-0 with Jared Goff.
yeah, but I mean,
Just saying.
It's irrelevant.
give Bill Belichick that defense.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, I think that the NFL is moving towards a direction where people like Sean McVay are going to be, you need good play callers, creative. Like, you can't just do the same thing, like, all right, we're going to line up in our goal line package, we're going to run the ball.
Yeah,
Sean McVay doesn't do that. Like, he picks you apart in a variety of different ways.
think
Give you the same look.
And we do a lot of things where it's like, this, like, what we're gonna do, and then like just try to stop it. But them, I feel like we don't know what they're gonna do.
The Rams have the best offensive line in the league. I think that makes a big difference. Jared Goff has all day back there. Even the Vikings are a really good defense. I know they lost the Bills, but Jared Goff had all day. Andrew Whitworth is a mountain mover, and they're just so solid over there.
I think we said about McVay. I think he's the most creative coach.
Yeah,
I mean, for sure.
He is, like you said, the new age head coach. I mean, like you look at
him and
Bill Belichick.
He's 9 years
an
younger
old
than
school-
Tom Brady.
Sean McVay is?
Yeah.
He's 32 years old.
That's wild.
Yeah,
You guys see that video of like John Gruden and him talking like before one of like the Thursday night games?
No.
And it was like he was talking about when Sean McVay used to play with Gruden, and then Gruden was like, "Yeah, he shaved his beard one day," and then he's like, "He looked like a child. Get that back on." He goes, "I don't think I've shaved since." And
He
Sean
still
McVay
looks
still
freaking
doesn't
young.
have- he does
he
look
still
young.
looks young.
It's crazy.
But what about this Vikings team? They look pretty good.
They're good. They can score. They didn't get Dalvin Cook involved, which sucks.
Try to give him 10 carries early in the game, and
I just
couldn't move
expected
the
to
ball.
get him in the passing game now. Like
That
I
offensive
expected like
line.
5 or 6 receptions.
Something's going on with that offensive line. They can't get the holes open for Cook. I mean,
Riley Reif's getting moved.
Yeah,
and they're throwing the ball a lot.
Adam Thielen is insane.
It's ridiculous, dude. Like
I was really upset when I drafted him because I was like, oh, who should I take? Should I take Jerick McKinnon or Adam Thielen? And I was like stressing the last second I took Adam Thielen. And boy, am I happy.
It paid off.
Yeah, I did.
All he does is lead the league in targets.
Oh yeah.
He gets like 15 receptions a game.
He's wide receiver 3 after
Yeah.
week 3, and then he just
Really?
put up 27
And
last
so
night
he's
too.
probably, he'll
So
probably be like top.
yeah, still be top 5.
Where
Do you
did he-
think he finishes a top 5 wide
Yeah.
receiver?
I feel like he should.
No, I don't think so.
Who would name 5 receivers better than him?
Tony Brown,
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, Odell.
You think Odell finishes better than Thielen?
Yep.
I think Odell's better than Thielen, but I don't think he finishes better.
DeAndre Hopkins,
I'm not sure if he'll finish better either.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek
I
Hill.
like that.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely finishes his
I don't
top.
think Mike Evans would finish top 5 in tight end.
Mike Evans looks awesome, but I put Adam Thielen ahead of Mike Evans right now.
But you
It depends on what it is.
Wow.
If it's PPR, Adam Thielen's ahead of a lot of those guys.
Mm.
Like if it's full point.
Yeah.
The volume is just insane with the targets. You know?
Yeah.
Would you rather have Julio or Adam Thielen the rest of the season? You know how I
Adam
feel.
Thielen.
You know how I
Adam
feel about
Thielen.
Julio.
Julio just doesn't score.
No,
he doesn't score
He doesn't get as
touchdowns.
many like he doesn't
He's
get as many
turning
touches
down.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen or Adam Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
Really?
Yeah.
That one's close for me.
Keenan
Keenan Allen's
Allen's
kind of
not
a
playing
trade target for me because he's hobbled right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's been Mike Williams, but he's
Yeah.
had 2 bad matchups the last 2 weeks. I think Keenan Allen's going to come on a big week.
Yeah,
I
but he just-
think I'd take Thielen in that situation just because Mike Williams is there and like
That's just-
I'm kind of nervous about the whole Mike Williams Keenan Allen situation because I'm a
Yeah.
Keenan Allen owner in both leagues.
Fair enough.
So
I haven't won. I benched him last
it's
week.
tough watching Mike Williams go out there and catch touchdowns.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
tough.
like, he's big, and I feel like people are just gonna cover like the number 1 receiver. Like you get shot
Right,
up the whole
exactly.
game now.
Yeah, I think that's how the league's going. If you've noticed, like Michael Thomas, a lot of his yards now are coming in the slot.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen, all of his targets are in the
Juju.
slot. Juju.
Juju.
It's just you have one of your best receivers line up against their 3rd best corner, and it's just a mismatch all over the field. Adam Thielen's going to abuse their 3rd corner all day. So that's why Juju right now is top 5 receiver.
I mean, Keenan Allen, he had 5 points last week, but he was also playing the Rams. I mean, I know
Yeah,
that
full
both
strength.
corners went
Yeah.
down during the game, but still, I mean, he was getting he
Yeah,
had
they
11
still-
targets. Yeah.
And they have Joyner. I don't know his first name, but he's
Lamarcus?
solid.
Yeah,
Marcus
Marcus, yeah,
Joyner,
he's good.
solid too.
Their secondary is still good even without those.
Oh yeah,
two
yeah.
players.
Marcus Peters
Sam-
really good.
Sam Shields played really well.
Yeah,
last
he
night.
played really well.
He looked like.
Very well.
He looked
And there was
like,
that pass that got tipped. He was jumping that
Oh,
route. That was a
man.
pick 6 too.
Really?
And yeah, it was like
Thielen tried to find Diggs on an out route.
What do you mean?
And-
Thielen was throwing.
Cousins.
Cousins, what did I say?
You said
Oh. Oh,
No, Thielen does it all.
Well, I thought I mean, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
He does it all.
reverse. That's
But-
funny.
Yeah, so basically moving forward, I think Thielen and Diggs, I think Diggs looked great last night.
Yeah.
You didn't see the whole game, but Diggs looked really good. He was
He did.
he was catching like short passes behind the line for like just dump offs, and he was making moves after contact. He was getting like 12-yard routes, 20-yard routes, like they're using them all over the field.
Do you guys think there's a point where the corners start covering Thielen and not?
No, because he's in the slot. It's
Do you
just not what they
think-
do.
why don't they
Technique-wise,
cover-
they like to use the boundaries.
Yeah, but why don't you just have like one of the top corners cover the slot guy? Like I feel
Because
like.
Diggs is still good outside the numbers.
Yeah, but like
Diggs
I feel
is
like just
probably-
in all the teams, like you see like
Diggs is
everyone's
probably
just
harder
playing-
to. I bet you if I'm a corner and I have a matchup, I'd probably rather cover Thielen than Diggs. I think Diggs is a harder cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Diggs would make you look terrible.
Diggs is quick.
Yeah,
Thielen
he
will
is.
just beat you to the spot.
Exactly, and he's smart. I'm dealing.
Yeah.
He's
Thielen's
a
great-
veteran.
He's
Yeah.
a great route runner too.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And his hands, like he has
Yeah,
great
he's
hands.
Well, all right, we can get into some of the rest of the matchups. So
Yeah, let's preview this week's games. We had Thursday, awesome, best Thursday night game in a while.
usually
I mean,
they're. I feel like
Thursday night
Thursday
games
night
are
game.
historically awful.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was
pretty
good.
It was good. And I feel like I always miss them. Every single time there's like a good Thursday game, I miss it. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
Nah, and then you watch the 9:30 games.
Yeah, dude, the Monday night games get bad. It's tough. Texans Colts. That's gonna be a pretty good game. I think Deshaun Watson goes off.
Yeah, like I said, which I'll talk about later in my daily fantasy. I think this is the game where DeAndre Hopkins shows why he's the second best receiver in the league.
I hope so.
I think he explodes.
I just traded for him. I
It's a
traded.
must win for Houston.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
forget the Colts are what
1-3.
1-2.
Yeah.
Colts beat Redskins.
Yeah.
They
I think it's
lost.
going to be a pass happy game though. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you're going to see a lot of Will Fuller too because the Colts are bad against
Will
that
Fuller is a
defense.
stud.
Who do you think is the best wide receiver in this game? T.Y. Hilton, Will Fuller, or DeAndre?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre, yeah, he's going to have a big
Well, like
game.
who has the best game? Like you think?
DeAndre
DeAndre?
I think DeAndre.
Not, I wouldn't say that every week because you know how I am on Will Fuller, but I think it's a Hopkins week this week. I think Watson throws the ball another 40 times, and I think he goes over
I think
300,000
I-
yards.
yeah,
Dude,
no,
I think
I-
he gets like 4 touchdowns.
I think he's going to
I
have a
said
big
3.
game. Yeah, I have him ranked 4th. I'm big on him this week.
I have him second. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm going all in.
Wow,
on Deshaun
alright.
Go to
Watson.
heinzleague.com, check the weekly rankings under Marcus. Tell me where Deshaun Watson is.
Those are big. Definitely second. The tight end situation with Ebron and Doyle, they're both pretty banged up.
Yeah, but Ebron, I think that's more precautionary. I think Ebron's like going to be there. Doyle, that's the one. Did he practice yesterday? Do you know?
I think he was just limited.
I think even if they're both there, I think that you should stay away from Doyle, and I think it's another good week to fire up Eric Ebron.
Yeah, I picked up Doyle.
I was going to say I just dropped him and you picked him
up.
I
don't think he should be on the waiver wire. I mean, the tight ends this year are just so awful. If Jack Doyle's on the waiver wire, that's a fine. Right
and you
there.
saw that Ebron had like 11 targets last game, and he only connected on like 3 of them. So I feel like that's a lone game for Ebron. But
Jack Doyle didn't practice yesterday. Remained sidelined with a hip injury.
Yeah, that's another big week for Ebron. I think Andrew Luck just loves those tight ends.
Yeah,
because I mean, but also it's like after T.Y. Hilton, who are you gonna throw to? Like Ryan Grant.
Ryan Grant's got some
That's
touchdowns.
not good.
He's got touchdowns back-to-back games.
Yeah, it's because he has to.
Hey,
I think Ebron's a fill-in tight end one.
Yeah,
because of the tight end position.
Definitely.
I
tried to trade for him because some kid had
he has a couple touchdowns already this year too.
Yeah, he gets targeted in the red zone. Jack Doyle is more of like the inside of the 20
guy.
Yeah.
Well, Jack Doyle's also a good blocker too, so they use him in the run game a lot. Yeah. He's on the field a lot.
Eric Ebron he'll have his fair share of drops, but you know, all he needs is one. And like the way tight ends have been going this year, if you get a touchdown, like that's a top 5 day as a tight end.
Yeah,
that's really how it is.
It's a top 5.
I mean, you're only like if you have a tight end like 5 tight end, he gets 12 points. That's a good day.
Yeah.
Like I'm pumped.
I'm considering that a win.
Yeah. Like if he gets
Zach Ertz last week got 5 catches for 75 yards, and that's Zach Ertz, and I was kind of pumped about it. So.
Yeah, it's a tough day. What about the Bills-Packers game?
Josh Allen keeps it rolling.
I think he does.
No,
he's about to jump over this Packers team. They're going to leap into second in the AFC East.
I think the Packers roll. I think.
Oh yeah, it was a fluke last week. I mean, the Bills D is good though, but.
Sean McDermott took over play calling for the defensive side last week, and I think it made a big difference. They were more aggressive. They really got after Kirk Cousins, forced him to make mistakes. Aaron Rodgers still looks really hobbled. I think you should go after him a lot.
Would you guys play like Geronimo Allison in this game?
Geronimo Allison is one of my sleepers for sure this week.
That's my Hail Mary pick, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Geronimo Allison.
So we'll hold off on Geronimo just because of that, because Adam will talk about him more later. But the one guy I really want to talk about is Aaron Jones. I think that I might have him as my Hail Mary, so I might not talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an interesting backfield. This is a big week to see who gets the lead role.
Well,
like, if Aaron Jones can continue to
Aaron Jones is going to steal it.
The offensive coordinator
It's not going to be close.
Yeah, and it's definitely, like, I think this game's going to be a blowout, so I don't think it's going to really...
Yeah, I mean, the offensive coordinator even said after last week that Jones is the explosive back and he has the playmaking ability. So I think they're going to slowly start to favor him. He's going to get the more touches.
I think so.
I'll let Cody talk about it.
Do you start anybody in Buffalo this week?
I'm not starting.
Even if McCoy plays, he said he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing. I don't know if he's active. Maybe he's a flex consideration.
Yeah, it depends on who you have instead of him.
I mean, I don't know. I have him as. I think I have him ranked 32nd.
Who do you think leads the team in receiving? The Bills.
What are they? They said was Zay Jones.
They got Zay Jones, Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Try Josh Allen.
LaShawn McCoy. Josh Allen receiving yards.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy. He might sneakily lead the team in receiving yards.
I think he could.
You only need like 45 receiving yards to lead that team.
Yeah.
There was only like 3 targets, but that game, not too excited to watch it. Packers should run over.
Chris Ivory had a good week last week, so maybe he gets some touches too.
I think I'm sure they'll mix him in.
Do you start LaShawn McCoy over Aaron Jones?
No,
I wouldn't.
LaShawn McCoy, he'll probably get some catches, but I feel like Aaron Jones, like...
What about Jamal Williams?
Get a lot of touches. I mean, I would start him over Jamal Williams.
I would start LaShawn.
I'm just glad I don't have LaShawn McCoy this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not fun. But the real question is, do you think Clay Matthews gets another roughing the passer?
That's
Do you think it happens?
I don't know. I feel like Josh Allen will just jump over him.
I think Clay will probably cry and walk off the field if he gets it.
I mean,
he may retire. He may pull Vontae Davis and just be like, no, this game's not for me anymore.
Just strictly do Head and Shoulders commercials.
I mean, that hair can get him a long way.
It really could. There's another like quarterback game. Buccaneers or Mitch Trubisky. Would you start Mitch Trubisky or Josh Allen if you had to play one of them?
Josh Allen with confidence.
With confidence. All right, but Mitch Trubisky.
To be fair,
he's playing the Bucs. This game.
If Mitch Trubisky ever throws for 200 passing yards, it's in this game. And that's the bar I set for him. I think that if you're an Allen Robinson owner, this is a great week to have him. I think that
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I think that you know how the Bucs are. They're gonna score.
It's gonna be interesting though, because Fitzpatrick sits in the pocket, so I feel like
the Bears D is still a great start.
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna get a lot of sacks this game.
Are you starting Fitzpatrick this week?
Not if I have a better option.
I'd probably start. Would you start Case Keenum or Patrick?
I'm taking Keenum.
I think I would just send it.
Yeah, Keenum against Kansas City. They're going to have to score.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Andrew Luck or Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Andrew Luck. No, because Andrew Luck's he's gonna throw.
He's gonna throw, but I just feel like that game could be low scoring.
Fitzpatrick might throw 3 touchdown passes, get another 4 interceptions, but just like last week, he still got like 30 points.
It still did work. I mean,
he's a good fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, this would be a good.
He's gonna put up numbers.
Exactly. And this is gonna be a good week for him to see if Winston gets the start. Do you think Winston gets the start next week after this game?
Yes.
I think this game, it'll be his last start.
I don't know.
I think it might be one more week because I think that they might wait for him to come to a home game because they're on the road again next week, and that's why
They have a bye week 5.
No. Yeah. I think it's a bye week 5, and
it's
then
either bye week 5 or week 6. So I think after the bye, then they'll probably.
Because next week's week 5 and on the road, but maybe you're right.
It might be after that.
Do you think that Mike Evans has a 4th consecutive week as a wide receiver 1?
Yeah.
Top 12.
Yeah, they're gonna have to throw him the ball. I think Deshaun Jackson is kind of a decent start in this game. I don't know why. I just got a feeling like it's not good game script for him, but I feel like you can kind of see a bomb.
You don't want anybody in the backfield of Tampa. Like even if like Ronald Jones comes out and he looks decent, like that just offense isn't built to run the ball. Right?
No, they're not built to run the ball. I mean, they're a slinging team, and the weapons they have. They have. Sorry, cut you off. They have a number 1 running back. Like, are you putting him on your roster?
No.
Would you roster was Ron Jones?
Yeah.
Or Peyton Barber?
Right now it's Peyton Barber.
Yeah.
Peyton Barber. Yeah.
I would never play Peyton Barber. So
if he's on the waivers, I'm picking him up because he's a number 1 option. But I don't know if I'm.
But even when he starts, he gets 20 carries for 43 yards.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I really am looking at this game because I actually have this decision in the league is the tight end spot. Who has a bigger game between Trey Burton and O.J. Howard? The Bucs cannot stop the tight ends, but I like O.J. Howard.
But O.J. Howard, he's just athletic. He's in the
so who do you like, Trey Burton or O.J. Howard?
I was just looking. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take O.J. Howard just because of Mr. Trubisky.
Yeah. Enough. You're right. I think that if it comes down to quarterbacks, Trey Burton's got it rough. I think that Allen Robinson has a day, and it's hard to support even 2 pass catchers.
That's what And Taylor Gabriel's been getting a lot of targets.
That's true.
He's getting a lot of targets. It's increased every week. So
and Anthony Miller with that separated shoulder might miss this game, which might give Gabriel
he could be a solid.
And Trubisky seems to trust him. He's open. He's fast, so he's
really
going to get open in those zones.
He's kind of like Tyler Lockett.
Yeah,
in
a way.
Same type of player. Like this tiny guy runs around really fast.
Who do you think has a better week, Chris Godwin or Allen Robinson?
I think by a lot, actually. I think Allen Robinson ends this week as a top 15 wide receiver.
He still hasn't got in the end zone.
I know.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
It's tough because Mitch Trubisky,
They don't throw it.
Yeah,
I think
Jordan Howard should have a good game.
I don't think he gets in the end zone either. I think he only gets top 15 receiving game in like full point PPR because I think he might have like 9 catches this game.
You think Godwin goes 4 weeks in a row in the end zone?
I think so.
No.
I think he should get another one. Fitzpatrick looked at him 3 or 4 times in the end zone. I think Godwin had like 2 drops.
But he dropped it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had.
But then he came back to him after
he had one of the worst first halves you can have, and they still fed him the ball. He had 2 drops. One of them was for a touchdown.
Yeah, the last touchdown hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely lost that.
That was hard.
5 points.
And then he had a fumble too, and they still just kept feeding. What he had 10 targets. Yeah, he had 10 targets.
He gets a lot. He's solid. I would just keep starting as long as Fitzpatrick's playing.
I think the game flow is really going to change how this is. Because if the Bucs take a big lead, then maybe they run the ball. Maybe they try to establish that run.
Maybe.
True. I don't know.
Sure.
All right, we'll start going through these games a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Finn's pass up in New England. Is this a quarterback duel?
I want to say yeah. It's like, what are they going to do? Run the ball? We'll run the ball for a little bit, but I feel just because we're
the Dolphins' defense is good, especially against the run.
I feel like we'll have
Xavier
to
Howard.
a little bit.
Xavier Howard, he's
good.
I don't think it's going to be too high scoring. I would say 24-21.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
I think that Cameron
Wake
is always terrorizing Tom Brady.
Yeah. But they have a lot of injuries though. They have
That's true.
They have 2 DNs and a middle linebacker out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you think Josh Gordon plays?
I do. I think he gets 12 snaps and pretty basic road tree, but I don't think he's going to just run a 9 route like a lot of people think. They're not just going to put him on the field.
I think we'll involve him a lot more than just a deep ball threat.
I think, Tom
we need him.
I was going to say, we need another option out there because our receivers aren't getting open.
We just need someone who can get open fast.
Cordell Patterson is not going to beat the number 2 or number 3 corner of the other team. It's just not going to happen.
Which running back are you playing, Drake or Michelle?
So that's funny that you asked that. It's because I asked you who I should start this week between those two.
Yeah, I just wrote it down. Decided to.
And Adam, can you help me out?
I'm going with Sony Michel.
Wow.
I think this is a Sony Michel coming out.
I think so.
I think it is. With
it's
no
all about
Burkett,
opportunity.
with no Burkett, I think this is his week. I think this might be the. I mean, he's been getting carries in with Burkett there, but I think this is finally the week where he can make that step. And if he can get involved in the pass game, I mean, last week he just looked awkward, like his body positioning. I think you mentioned that in the last podcast.
He's a natural pass catcher too, which is weird that we saw him look like that.
Yeah, because in Georgia he was like phenomenal in the pass game. In that championship game, it was.
I feel like it was just like a weird angle of him trying to turn and just wasn't expected.
I mean, he's also got to get used to Tom Brady throwing the ball.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's like, I agree. I think Sonny Michel. I like both of them in this game because the Patriots cannot stop running back. Lamar Miller ran for 98 yards week one.
I know.
Kerryon Johnson over 100 last week.
Yeah.
You know, we had T.J. Yeldon and Corey Grant, right?
Yeah.
Run all over us in week 2. Like,
yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean,
we just can't stop the run.
Yeah, but if we
and Juwan Bentley's out.
We just don't have a lot of speed on defense. So
our linebackers are slow.
Yeah, like the offensive line of the team is just creating these huge holes, and like it's just wide open for them to run through.
I like Tannehill as like a streamer this week. Yeah, definitely.
Tannehill or Andy Dalton, who do you like better?
Tannehill in this game.
Alright.
He's throwing
at
least 2 touchdowns every game. Threw 3 last week. He doesn't turn the ball over, and I think especially against the Patriots, he'll have like 40 rushing yards, just like tacked on.
You think Kenny Stills has a good game?
I think so.
You think they're gonna put Gilmore on him?
No.
I hope so, because I think Gilmore is like far and away better than any other corner.
Yeah, but I just don't think he's not. Kenny Stills isn't really the guy that.
Yeah, we'll probably leave him on Parker because Parker's back and he's still like a wide receiver.
He's a bigger body.
He's still a wide receiver one.
Danny in your bench game.
Oh,
yeah, at least 3 catches for 14 yards. I'm not worried about it.
And maybe like 2 or 3 hugs to Tom. Maybe he'll fumble the ball and give us the ball.
Are you starting Chris Hogan?
No. I think I sat him. But I think he's going to be good.
Chris Hogan or Amari Cooper?
Chris Hogan.
It
could be, I don't know. This could be an Amari Cooper.
No, Denzel Ward's going to shut down Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but if people are sitting Amari Cooper, that's an Amari Cooper.
Fair enough.
Lions Cowboys. I think this one's a big game when it comes to the run game.
I think Zeke runs for like 200 yards this game.
Yeah.
Zeke's going to have a huge game.
Zeke's going to have more touchdowns than Dak, I would assume.
Detroit's the worst ranked run defense.
Yeah, and that's after us not really running the ball on them last week for the Patriots.
Detroit's defense plays into Dallas' strengths on offense. Like, they're good against the pass, and they're bad against the run. That's how Dallas moves.
Yeah, Dak doesn't... No one in Dallas wants Dak to have the
ball. Do you think there's tension in Dallas between Zeke and Dak? Did you see that statement?
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
When they were like, when we get behind, we have to throw the ball. And it was like, he kind of had some tune to it.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I'll check in with my Dallas source and Tyler Dubois.
I would just be upset, like, if I'm Zeke and, like, I'm running for 125 yards on, like, 16 carries, and then I'm running the ball for more yards than Dak's going for in a game.
That's tough pill to swallow. Like, at that point, you got to look at someone else.
Start a team around Dak Prescott and Mitch Trubisky.
I would say Mitch Trubisky.
No way. It's still Dak.
At least Mitch Trubisky can throw the ball.
Can he?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Abel's kind of decent. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the Lions use Kerryon Johnson to see if they actually stick with the run game the way they played last week. Do you think they can? Do you think it's like a blowout? Or do you think this game?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's the closest game of the week.
Yeah, you just saw Chris Carson go off against the Cowboys.
Yeah, and that's weird. But the thing is, the Cowboys. That's what I wrote about it earlier.
Because Sean Lee's out.
That's the difference because the Cowboys so far this season are only giving up 3.4 yards per carry to the running back. But Chris Carson gashed him last week, like you said, because Sean Lee's not there. And I think Kerryon is much better talent, has a better offensive line. I think the Lions win this game, but is there anybody in Dallas that you play besides Zeke? You can't really start anybody, right?
No.
I think, if you're desperate for a wide receiver, Cole Beasley, maybe.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even...
Deeper PPR.
Yeah, deeper PPR.
What about...
Pick your favorite of the 3 receivers this week on the Lions.
Galladay.
Who has the biggest week?
I think Galladay is.
I feel like Golden Tate will have a good week.
See, I think Tate's going to have the worst week of all 3 of them.
Really? I feel like he'll do
I think I like the bigger receivers versus
you saw
State.
Tyler Lockett did a pretty good game against them.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see. Bengals Falcons. Is AJ Green playing?
He's playing. He's a full go. He's ready for takeoff.
I like it.
Because that defense for Atlanta is banged up.
It is banged up.
Their secondary, they lost for both starting safeties.
Who is the better wide receiver too? The Bengals with Tyler Boyd or the Falcons with Julio Jones?
I was like waiting for you to say Calvin Ridley, and I was like, oh, I thought that was like Calvin Ridley over Mohamed Sanu. Was interesting, but yeah, no, I mean Julio's all right. I think AJ Green outscores Julio.
No.
No, I don't think so. No, I think AJ
Who is
Green.
Pick one wide receiver in this game. I think mine's different than yours.
I would
Out of all
probably-
four.
I mean, you're probably gonna take Tyler
Oh,
Boyd.
I'm
yeah.
definitely taking Tyler
I was
Boyd.
gonna say Tyler Boyd.
Tyler
I'm
Boyd.
taking Tyler Boyd over Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
at the
Yeah,
wide receiver
definitely.
2 position.
I got offered Calvin Ridley, Jared Cook for Calvin Ridley. Would you guys do that?
No, tight end's just
Tight
so
ends.
shallow this
And he's
year.
a number-
And you have like a million receivers. You have
I do,
Josh
yeah.
Gordon on the bench, so
Yeah.
I don't think you need him.
I don't know.
I just think this Bengals offense is underrated
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Especially with Gio Bernard.
Yeah, they're underrated because when you think they're gonna do good, the Red Rocket just
The Red
crushes
Rifle.
you. The Red
Yeah.
Rifle.
We talked about this.
All right.
I think Gio has a big
Yeah.
week. Atlanta has allowed 29 catches
Dude,
the past
yeah,
2 weeks.
I saw
I mean,
it. I was
granted,
like,
it was like
oh
Kamara got
shit.
15.
Kamara and I forget who the other running back was, but it was Kamara and someone else. So
Yeah.
when you add Kamara, I mean, it's Kamara's
Gio should
alone.
have a good. Gio
Yeah,
should
but I
have
think
a good
Gio's
game.
gonna have a big game.
Yeah.
I said that Gio gets 8 catches in this game.
Who has a better
Over
game?
under 7.5 catches for Gio.
I would say under.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of catches.
Push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna get exactly 7.5.
He's gonna like catch it and fumble or something. It's gonna be one of those like tip passes. It's
Who wins this game?
Uh,
And it's in Atlanta.
I'd say the Falcons.
Atlanta.
Falcons
Yeah.
are
I
pretty hot.
haven't by a touchdown score.
Yeah. I would probably start Matt Ryan this week.
Who has a
honestly.
better week, Gio or Coleman?
I would say Gio.
Yeah, I would say
with
Gio.
AJ hurt, like I don't know. They might not go to him that much. Eifert could be interesting this
I was
game.
gonna say I think
I'd
I
pay
might
attention.
carve
I'd pay
himself a
attention
nice
to
little
Eifert,
role in
yeah.
this game.
I think Matt Ryan's actually like a sneaky top 7 play. Not even like
he's-
better than Andy Dalton. I think he's gonna be a really good.
Yeah, I feel like
player.
I probably slept on him in my rankings, but he's kind of up there.
Yeah.
Jets and Jags. Are you guys playing anyone in this game?
I'm even sitting Keelan Cole, and the only person I'm playing is if Leonard Fournette goes, I'm playing Leonard Fournette.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
that's
Now.
about it.
I
That's
mean,
the
He's
only
he's
thing.
he's kind of matchup proof.
Yeah, hopefully
he's that good.
It'll be interesting to see if Sam Darnold gets poopy pants or not against.
I think the
Jags.
Jags are gonna terrorize them.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna throw at least 3 interceptions.
I feel like I don't know. He could have a good game. I mean, sometimes you see where they don't have a lot of film on him. I mean, they kind of do because it's week 4 now. But I feel like sometimes
In
you see these
Jacksonville
guys
too.
in Jacksonville, it's kind of struggling.
They're gonna
But
put
we'll
pressure
see.
in his face, and he's gonna.
Calais
throw the ball
Campbell
out.
is just like way too big.
He's huge.
You just look at it, you're about to say hike, you just stare across your offensive line, you see him, he's just like waving at you.
He's like the guy.
He's like an ant.
He's like
No,
he's
for the
like guy
longest
who goes,
yard.
I roped in my nose.
It's just
like
like
that guy. Eagles Titans. Mariota's playing, I'm pretty sure, right?
I think
Yes.
Yeah.
he is. I don't like anybody in this game.
This game bores me for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
J.J. might be playing. If he plays, I'm probably not starting him. Corey Davis could be interesting if Mariota plays to see how that works out.
Yeah.
I feel like, Deion Lewis or Derrick Henry, who are you going to start?
Deion Lewis.
Deion Lewis. I like
Deion Lewis or J.J. Who you starting?
Deion Lewis. J.J. says that he has an injury in his back that he could come back. It's all about pain tolerance at this point. And that's weird if he's still like practicing so lately. I think that if he was all about pain tolerance and he was fine to play through it, he'd be practicing through it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's talk about the game of the week, Adam. Browns at Oakland.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about the Browns. Because for some reason, when I was going through my rankings and my DFS plays, I'm obsessed with the Cleveland Browns, I guess. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I just like everybody.
The Browns are new, but
I like everybody.
they could crush your hopes this week.
They're good.
Because they
I
actually,
haven't beating Oakland.
I don't think there was any better play call last week than when the Browns, the commentator was like, the Browns fans are really starting to have something they haven't had in a long time. Expectations. It's like, oh my god.
Wow.
It was a bird.
They gotta win. Can they make it a win streak?
Baker Mayfield's undefeated, so
I think they're making it a win streak.
Baker Mayfield is not undefeated. He did not start that game. He's like a reliever. He got like the save.
He got the save.
That's it,
Maybe
so-
he got the hold.
Yeah, but he hasn't
I don't
lost
even
a game.
know.
Has he lost a
Does-
game that he's
Did
played?
he?
He might get the win because
Does he
they're
get the win?
behind.
They're behind, so maybe he just-
That's definitely not a save. That's dumb. Amari Cooper, you started this week?
No.
Wrong.
I don't
Amari
know
Cooper
Amari.
and Antonio Callaway.
Amari Cooper. If you have Amari Cooper, everyone's setting him. Start the hell out of him.
I think Jarvis has the best week out of all
Jarvis,
those players in those.
Yeah, he'll have the best.
The only
receiver.
thing, well, obviously I want to talk about Tony Callaway, but I'll wait for that. The one thing that I think is interesting about this game is David Njoku. He goes from Tyrod, who doesn't really love throwing it to him at all, to as soon as Baker gets in there, that first drive he looked for him twice, 2 catches for 36 yards. Do you think because obviously he's one of the most talented tight ends in the league.
I think he has the potential to be a good tight end.
No, I picked him up in a few of my
Yeah, me too. Because I actually picked him up over Jack Doyle. They were both available, and I picked up Njoku.
Yeah,
So.
I mean,
the way they're trending, I would take Njoku.
Yeah, that's fair. Hyde or Lynch, who do you think has a better game?
Hyde.
I have Hyde really
I like
high.
Carlos Hyde a lot.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
was kind of sleeping on him at the beginning of the year.
Same.
Cody was big on him, and I was like, I don't know. There's a lot of people there, and I thought Nick Chubb was going to be more involved.
Yeah, me too.
And
I did think that.
Carlos Hyde he looks good. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really good in San Fran.
Yeah, he was. Hopefully, he plays the same.
Who has the bigger game at quarterback, Derek Carr or Baker Mayfield?
I just feel like Baker might not get touchdowns because I feel like they might run the ball. That's what I feel like is good about Carlos Hyde.
I think Jarvis and Antonio Callaway get in the end zone, so that's at least 2 touchdowns for him.
I like Baker over
Yeah,
Carr. I'm not a big Carr fan.
Baker finds Antonio Callaway for like a 92-yarder.
I just feel like Oakland's offense is just like
Are you guys
in
starting?
shambles.
Are you guys starting Jordan Nelson this week? Yeah.
No.
Okay, it's just
I
I saw him in free agents last week. I saw him blowing up. I was like, I don't want him. So I'm not picking him
Not
up.
with waiver. Another rookie quarterback playing, Josh Rosen, makes his debut starting. He's not undefeated.
Yeah, I don't care. The only thing I want to say about this game is I just want to see how he makes the offense look overall. I want to see how this affects David Johnson.
See, I think it's going to benefit David Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's weird because the coach doesn't like to throw to David Johnson, but I feel like they're going to put Rose in the position where he's going to have comfortable plays to make.
Yeah.
Where if he's in the pocket and there's no one open, he goes through his reads, he's going to just dump it off to David Johnson. I think this is a game for David Johnson to go off in the PPR league.
Yeah. One thing I was saying to Marcus, though, is about rookie quarterbacks, you notice that they don't dump it off to running backs as much because they're not comfortable going through their reads like that. So basically, if he drops back and say he has like a 1-2-3 like low to high read, he's not going to go through that progression and then drop back to David Johnson. So I think it depends. I think you're right that he's going to get a lot of catches, but I think there'll be more design plays for him. Just so it's like, all right, how do you attack the pass rush? You do a lot of screens, and then you get them running up the field and having to worry
Slow
about
the
it.
defense down a little bit.
What do you guys think about Larry Fitzgerald? Would you drop him, or would you hold on to him for like one more week?
I keep him for now.
Yeah, there's not.
He's probably a better
options.
option than
Sure.
What about Christian Kirk? Who do you want rest of the season? Arizona wide receiver.
I mean, Christian Kirk got a bunch of receptions, but that was with Larry Fitzgerald. He was out.
Yeah,
right? So we'll see.
He's so
after
consistent.
this week, I feel like you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
Like who you're actually going to, because if Larry Fitzgerald gets all the attention, it might open it up for Christian kirk. But we'll see. He could be the next Adam Thielen.
Saints Giants.
Huge game.
I said that this is the game where Saquon comes out. Saquon just gonna. I think he's gonna have a monster week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
he's
him.
not.
And Odell's gonna score.
I have him ranked 5th. I like Saquon a lot.
Yeah.
I like Sterling Shepard a lot in this game. I mean, you just saw Calvin
Especially
Ridley.
with Evan Ingram out.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a
just
big
saw
game.
Calvin Ridley
Yeah,
shut
I
down
also-
the
This is going to be a big. There's a lot of offensive weapons in this game. You got Odell,
Yeah, the last
Saquon,
time-
Michael Thomas,
What's the bigger game?
Kamara.
Odell or Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
I have him ranked
I
first.
always. I also. Okay, technically, you're right. I have Michael Thomas ranked as number 1 wide receiver this week, but I would not be surprised if Odell has this game with a pair or maybe 3 touchdowns because he has none on the year.
3 touchdowns?
Dude, who's better, Odell or Calvin Ridley? And I know that it's not like comparable like that because they both played like it's different. But Odell is really good at getting the end zone. Eli looked good last week, and the Saints couldn't even stop the Little Giants right now. Icebox and Kevin O'Shea would literally score 40 on this team.
Yeah, but they're good. The Little Giants are a solid team. Like, I think they could go to the Super Bowl.
All right, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip the 49ers Chargers game because you're playing everybody that you're normally playing. The only thing I want to touch on is CJ Beathard's in. Do you move Matt Breida up or down in your rankings with Beathard? I think that he gets less rushing yards because it's more stacked boxes, but Beathard checked down to the running back almost double what Jimmy G did last year.
Yeah, I saw that stat, which was encouraging for me.
So,
in PPR at least,
Yeah, because Carlos Hyde did really well last year, and Beathard was the quarterback, so I think it should be
So,
about the same.
I think Breida, I agree. I think it'll be about the same, but if it's full point PPR, it might get even a bump up.
Do you think George Kittle goes down? His value drops?
No, I think he just.
Maybe.
I mean, he had a good year.
I mean, he
depends on-
just started off really hot, which is like, I feel like his expectation was really high because he had Jimmy G. Now I feel like it's kind of just.
Jimmy G loved him even when he got there
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
Rest of the season, do you want George Kittle or OJ Howard as your tight end?
I would take OJ.
It's a pretty close one.
Yeah, it is close.
I'm taking George
Howard
Kittle.
just because of the
Yeah?
quarterback.
I'm taking George Kittle. Yeah, I just think.
I think O.J.
He's
Howard has
more
better
consistent.
talent, but George Kittle's going to see the field more.
Yeah.
He has more roads designed for him.
That's true.
And even after last week, apparently Cameron Brate's back on the offense.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
He only played 33% of the snaps, but that's still,
Yeah.
especially when James comes back, he's obsessed with Cameron Brate. So,
Ravens, Steelers, Juju or AB, who gets more fantasy points?
maybe.
Ravens backfield, who gets more touchdowns?
More touchdowns?
Yeah.
Buck Allen.
It's fair.
Screw Buck Allen.
Alex Collins has double the yardage,
Yeah.
but I bet you.
Alex Collins looked good last week.
Buck Allen literally has like 3 catches for 14 yards and a touchdown, and then like 4
Yeah.
rushes for
Exact
12 yards and a touchdown.
This should
It's
be-
crazy. It's like they're always on the 1 yard line. And you know Buck Allen's coming
Dude, they've
in.
been on
He is a vulture.
It's so annoying. I might start him in my other league.
I am starting him this
I know.
week.
I know. So, Jesse James or Vance McStiffarm?
I'm staying away.
Yeah, if you have to play.
If I had to pick one,
Why
gotta
not pick
one?
I'm picking
Because
Vance.
that was the 2 options. What do you mean?
I'll pick up Red Ellison.
It's Jesse James for you. That's close. Monday night's a good game. Chiefs Broncos.
Patrick Mahomes might hang 7 touchdown passes on Denver.
I feel like the Broncos actually could pull this game out.
Yeah, they could make it at least only a 17-point loss.
Interesting. I feel like they could win the game. This might be my upset of the week. Do you think the Chiefs actually run the ball this game?
No.
If they get ahead enough,
I feel
milk
like
the clock up in Denver.
yeah, they didn't really do that.
Over under 65 rushing yards for Fremont.
I would say
Under.
I feel like over. I feel like they're gonna have to run the ball to try to like negate the pass rush.
They don't have to. Patrick Mahomes literally says hike, throws the ball 40 feet in the air. That's way less than I meant to say. Way higher than 40 feet. All the way down the field, Tyreek Hill, because he's already there.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill should have a good game because on the road.
Yeah, he's already a peace sign on that.
Yeah.
I love it. Hopefully we see it. I mean that's pretty much it for the recap. It was a long one, but
Yeah, it was.
it's good stuff. I mean, so I just want to go over what do we got next. Start, sit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Start, sit. I'll just shoot out some names. I kind of made a list. Let me know if you guys are starting or sitting them. Chris Hogan.
I'm sitting him.
I'm starting him.
All right.
I just don't think there's very many other options.
Yes.
It depends.
Mike Williams.
Okay, first of all, for all these, it depends. So let me just throw out like an
Yeah,
option
that's
around
true.
it.
I'd say depends for
So, Chris Hogan or Nelson Aguilar?
Aguilar.
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan? Okay. So that's fine.
Mike Williams.
Start.
Breida.
Start.
Javarius Allen.
Start. It depends. You don't want to start him, but I'm starting him in almost every league.
I can't say sit. He's starting in my lineup.
What about Royce Freeman?
Start. I like him more than Philip Lindsay this week.
Would you start Royce Freeman or Sonny Michel?
Royce Freeman. I just think that the Chiefs' defense is so bad.
Yeah, I thought I would say Sonny Michel, but my rankings tell me otherwise.
That's fair.
There's a lot of times where I do that, and I'm like, then I go look at my rankings, I'm like, well,
Yeah,
I guess I don't
that's
think
a
about
good
it.
decision. Who I decided that? And I feel like I don't really think about that in my rankings. I'm like, this guy's gonna be better.
yeah.
Deshaun Jackson, you guys playing this week?
I'm sitting him.
I think that last week was no good for him, and I think that he's going to be annoyed. He didn't tell the coaches, hey, throw to me. I think he's still not going to get the ball, so I'm sitting him.
That's always a fun argument. Chris Godwin, his counterpart. You starting or sitting?
I'm starting him over Deshaun.
I
I
feel
had
like
the
he'd be
option.
like wide receiver 3 this week. He's a good flex.
Yeah. Why should we think about
What do you think?
I'm trying to sit him, if I can.
Kenyon Drake.
Starting him, except for between him and Sonny Michel, I don't know. Yeah, I'll get back to you.
All right. What about you, Adam? Because I mean, if you have him, he's probably like your third running
Yeah,
back. I
he's
would say
probably-
maybe even your second, but you
Yeah.
have a lot of
I
options.
drafted him in the 4th round.
I feel like this is kind of a real big week for
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake. Like he
Kenyon
needs to
Drake's
show
either going to
something.
stay in the starting lineup or get dropped, so
Yeah.
I think
I'll pick him up.
I'm sitting him.
Christian Kirk, you guys starting to send him?
probably sitting him.
Sony Michel?
Probably starting him.
Start.
Yeah, I think I might start him this week. Carryon Johnson or Sony Michel? Who you starting?
I'm starting carry on in a league that I have both of them.
What about you, Adam?
I like Sonny Michel. I don't know if it's a personal thing, but I
Alright.
just like Sonny Michel.
Powell? Powell.
Sit him. It's tough to
Yeah, sit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they might get behind, so they might just have to throw the ball.
Yeah, but even if they do, like, I just don't think it's going very far.
Yeah, but if
Sean
he gets catch-
McCoy.
if it's PPR, maybe.
LaShawn McCoy, I'm sitting.
I would say just because of the injury.
I want to see more before I can start
Yeah.
him confidently.
We
Mark-
talked about this a few
Yeah,
times.
sit. Calvin Ridley.
I would start him
Um,
if you need to.
It depends on where. Because, like, you're not starting over John Brown, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting Calvin Ridley.
John Brown's going to have a big week, I think.
John Brown?
Against the Steelers? Have you seen them try to play defense?
Oh, I thought you said John Ross. I was like,
No, John Brown for the Ravens.
Yeah, do you think the Ravens wideouts have a good week?
I think
Willie Snead and
We'll
Michael
see
Crabtree?
once we get to Hail Marys. We'll see if I think
Alright,
they have a big
alright.
week.
So are you sitting or starting Calvin Ridley?
I'm sending them.
Alright. And what do you
Sit.
I would start him. Dallas got it?
Sit.
If he's on your team, you probably need him to start.
That's what I'm saying. But I would try to sit him this week.
But I don't
he's
have
a
him
good-
top.
I have Tyler
I don't
Eifert. I have
top-
Tyler Eifert starting over him.
I agree. I like
That's
that.
fair.
I like
Yeah.
that.
He's a good stash though. I think he could be something. Chris
Yeah, they
Thompson?
like that two tight end
Yeah,
set.
they do. Chris Thompson?
Start.
Bye week.
Got him.
Who did this?
But normally I would start him.
Yeah.
He's crazy. if
Let's
he's
say I
there.
don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I don't care who he's playing. Don't care if he's playing.
Dion Lewis this week?
Not over a lot of players. Sonny Michel will take over him. James White will take over
LaShawn
him.
McCoy or Dion Lewis?
Dion Lewis.
Chris Thompson on a bye week?
It's close.
I don't know, maybe.
Austin Eckler?
Sit.
Sit.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Start. You gotta start him at fantasy.
Yeah.
I think he just puts
Keelan
him in
Cole?
Sit.
Oh, I like the one you just added in there. James
I
White.
wanted to add that one.
I like that one. James
I
White,
like
you
James
start
White.
or
James White's a
sit?
start for me. We can't get ahead against anybody.
True. Would you start James White or carry on?
Carry on.
I like that James White. That's an interesting one. All right. I mean, start some of the other starts we have. We can go a little bit more in depth. I did have John Brown in there. I think the game's gonna be a shootout. So against the Steelers.
Oh, so you do like him this week.
I like John Brown. Yeah. I mean, over Calvin Ridley.
More than John Ross.
Over Calvin Ridley is kind of a tough one.
Really?
I mean, I think it's going to be close. We'll see how Calvin Ridley does based on like his touchdown. But I think John Brown should get another touchdown. He caught 9 targets last game. He's got 2 touchdowns through the first 3. Like Joe Flacco looks to him in the red zone.
I have them ranked 29th and 30th, right next to each other.
John Brown first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it should be good. Aaron Jones, like we talked about earlier, is another great start. If you have him, I would definitely start him. Would you start him over Carrion, or him over?
Nope.
You wouldn't start Aaron Jones over Carrion?
Nope.
Wow.
I
feel
think
like
Carry On's going to have another good week.
I think Aaron Jones is going to have a big week. I think he should get a touchdown.
Oh, just wait on him.
Okay. Philip Lindsay?
I like him.
Will you start him?
Yeah.
I feel like I like Philip Lindsay this week.
Because how much can Royce Freeman be on the field when the Broncos are literally going to have to
That's
pass
what I'm
the
saying.
ball?
I mean, Royce Freeman could get some catches, but I feel like
Imagine Patrick Mahomes just goes out there and puts up like 13 points against Denver, and it's just a battle.
that's what the Panthers did against Denver in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl a few years ago. I feel like it's a sneaky game. Giovanni Bernard obviously is a start.
Start.
We
I
talked about-
think he's a must start.
Yeah, definitely a must start. Like, he should
Yeah, I don't
be
care if
there.
you're in an 18 league. There's probably not a lot of options.
If you're a
Yeah.
running back playing Atlanta, you
I would
start.
start Giovanni Bernard over Matt Breida, I would think, this week for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
A little bit harder though. Giovanni Bernard or David Johnson.
I sat David Johnson last week. Like, he's on my
This
bench.
week, Gio Bernard.
I'm trying to
Wow.
trade David Johnson away in the league.
I wish I
But my
had
rankings
somebody.
say otherwise.
Yeah. I still have
See?
David Johnson.
I
One
got
of those- that's one of
Gio.
those
I had
situations.
David Johnson. Interesting. Quincy Enunwa, I would sit him. He's on
Tough
the Jets against the Jags. Poopy pants. Derrick Henry.
He's sitting
Sit.
until otherwise.
Yeah, Alfred Morris could be interesting to
That
see how
offense
they
is
use him. I mean, he gets more carries than Breida, and he got a touchdown last week. He just looked.
I just don't think that the 49ers are ever going to have the lead, and they
Yeah,
use
he's
Morris when
slow.
they have the lead.
I'm trying to stay away
But
from
they
him.
kind of used him last week, and they didn't have the lead last week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's like you see.
Yeah. Marquise Goodwin, I would probably sit this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very upset. I picked him up, and then
I almost
that
traded
week,
for him
Jimmy
last
G
week.
tore his ACL, and I dropped Kenny Stills for him, and I was like, damn.
Kenny Stills is tough though, because he's like touchdown or no point.
Yeah, you don't want to start him over a lot of people, but if you're like hurting at wide receiver, he's solid just to
Yeah.
have there at the end of your roster.
Speaking of hurting at positions, we kind of just made a new segment, Streamers of the Week.
Yeah, let's go over this real quick.
Yeah.
So our waiver wire is pretty thin, right? So basically what we want to do is build a team with, one quarterback, a running back, wide receiver, and tight end from the waiver wire.
We don't do kickers, or else we'd have kickers.
Hashtag ban
Kicking
kickers.
No, we're a big fan of kickers.
No kickers.
So I'll talk about the quarterbacks. I think there's 2 good options out there. I think Ryan Tannehill, like I've already touched on, he's on a 3-0 team. He's throwing multiple touchdowns every game. He doesn't turn the ball over. He could be in a shootout. I like him this week, but even moving forward, say you had Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But Eli Manning, this week specifically.
He had a good game last week.
He did do good, but it should be even better against the Saints.
He's going to throw 2 picks.
Adam, tell me about the decimated running back position.
We talking Naheem Hines.
That's their best option.
Naheem Hines. I mean, he is what he is. He's going to give you 5 to 12 points. He's going to have probably a couple catches for 20 yards, maybe. And
that's why we tell you to draft a lot of running backs.
Running backs and tight ends this year are tough. I don't know like which direction you can even go. Really.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You just can't.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll go look at some of the available running backs.
I mean, I had Jalen Richard down, but even that, it's like he's not really going to play against
over
the
who?
Browns. Like Marshawn Lynch should be able to play in that whole game.
Marcus, who do you like a wide receiver while Adam's looking at
Jalen Richard is another one. Maybe you want to start him.
Yeah.
Kyle Juszczyk. Maybe that's
dude. If
I don't know.
You should get extra points for starting a fullback as your running back.
Yeah, you should get like everything should be like times 2 multiplier.
C.J. Anderson.
He's on bye.
I'm gonna
C.J. Anderson or Chris Thompson.
Plug Chris Thompson on bye week. Yeah, you should have someone on your roster.
Alfred Blue isn't terrible. Never mind.
He's pretty terrible.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
There's no good running backs.
No, we have a lot of rosters.
Hopefully
you roster some good running backs because.
Let's not make a trade.
Wow.
Marcus, wide receivers.
I was thinking Taylor Gabriel. I like him this week. We talked about earlier. I mean,
yeah.
He could get a lot of targets. Christian Kirk's another one.
Your man, Christian Kirk.
For some random reason, I'm slowly becoming a big fan of Christian.
I'm always a fan of guys with 2 first names. You know, I'm always a fan.
It'd be sick if Kirk Cousins was thrown into it. Or his name was like Cousin Kirk.
Cousins and Christian Kirk.
It's Kirk's cousin.
Kirk's cousin, Christian Kirk.
Bars.
What about tight end?
Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, we just talked about him. I picked him up.
I picked him up too. But
are you starting him though?
I picked up Ben Watson and I started him.
He had 7 targets last week. Do you think that?
Got all 7.
He did catch all 7.
I think one of it was that Indy's pretty bad against stopping tight ends, but you know.
It was also a rain game, so I went on the ball.
Carson Wentz first game back. You know, he looks at tight ends.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a lot in the receiver right now. Alshon's probably not playing.
Yeah, I think when Alshon gets back, we might see something change with Goddard, but
with how bad the tight end position is this year, I feel like you kind of should pick Dallas. Mm-hmm. Dallas Goedert is kind of a he should be rostered.
Yeah, he should be rostered.
He should be rostered. Defense, I think Seattle versus Arizona.
Yeah, I picked up Seattle because I have Baltimore and I don't want to start them in Pittsburgh. Yes.
How do you think Cleveland defense does against the Jets?
Pretty solid.
Cleveland has a good defense.
Yeah, it's sneaky. It's kind of annoying.
Let's talk about some daily fantasy sports now.
The moneymakers.
The moneymakers, right? Because last night, 5 points away from winning $5,000. We're not gonna talk about it.
But you still won money.
Still won $19.
We still won $19, so we're parlaying that into this week.
Just keep investing.
There's a lot of people this week. I wrote a whole column, and basically you can check that out at hideandseek.com. But I broke it down from underpriced, they're at a good value and worth it. So basically, for underpriced for quarterback, I had Josh Allen, right? Mm-hmm. I think he's someone that's cheap. If you going heavy at running back, you want to pay up for Alvin Kamara, but you need a cheap quarterback. Josh Allen's not going to hurt you. Same with Ryan Tannehill at 6,800. But say you want to pay up at quarterback, the 2 guys I really like this week are Deshaun Watson, like you said, and Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers against San Francisco, he's like a lock for 3 touchdowns for me this week. I think that if you want to pay up at either one of those positions, either one of them can easily have a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, I think, and Phil Rivers loves throwing Melvin Gordon.
Absolutely.
So it's like, even if they're on goal line, he still has an opportunity.
There's a lot of underpriced running backs. I know, Adam, you're going to appreciate this one. Sonny Michel, 5,900. I'm starting him in a couple ones.
Yep.
That's pretty low. That's like
yeah,
really
and
low.
Even lower is Kerryon Johnson, Dion Lewis, both at 5,700. Yeah. I didn't know who I liked more, but I'm pretty sure I'm leaning Kerryon in that one.
Yeah, you did say that 10 minutes ago.
Aaron Jones is cheaper than all of them at 5,500. I think that
it's because Vegas is scared of the Bills.
But I really do think that Aaron Jones is going to come back and see like 15 carries in this one. I think 15 carries against the Bills is going to get it done. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite running backs of the week though is Carlos Hyde. Only 6,800.
I like to hear that.
2 people in the league have scored a touchdown every game this year. Running back. Carlos Hyde. At 4.
I mean, Hyde and Zeke.
Hyde and Zeke.
Go off.
They really are both going to go off.
Zeke.
The 2 worth it at running back, like I said, I think Saquon's going to have a really big week. He's in every one of my lineups. But Melvin Gordon too. I think Melvin Gordon's a lot more expensive, but Melvin Gordon's just going to... I think he's going to absolutely... he's going to bury the 49ers this week.
I think he's good. I mean, yeah.
The cheapest wide receiver that you can get on FanDuel this week is $4,500. Antonio Callaway is $4,500 this week.
He's the cheapest?
He's
man.
tied for the cheapest.
Wow.
Cody's man.
And he is going to get 100 yards and a touchdown.
Are you starting in many leagues this week?
Not yet, but I'm going to either bench.
I love a good last-minute decision.
I'm
start
either going to
Antonio Callaway,
bench
that's
Sammy
the one
Watkins or Kerryon Johnson for Antonio Callaway.
I would take Sammy Watkins over Kerryon.
So it's between Callaway and Sammy Watkins?
Yeah.
Even though you don't think it's between them?
No, these are bargains with Galladay and Boyd and.
Who do you pick? That's one of the hardest ones for the week right now. Both at 5,800. Kenny Galladay, Tyler Boyd.
I feel like Galladay is not a bad pick.
Neither is Tyler Boyd though.
Neither is Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
I'd probably play Tyler Boyd, but I feel like Kenny Galladay should.
So you would play Tyler Boyd over Kenny Galladay?
I think it comes down to who you
If
trust
it's
more, Matt
for-
Stafford or Andy Dalton.
I guess I'm going Galladay.
There you go.
That's a facts.
Worth it at wide receiver. I have both Fuller and Hopkins.
Yeah.
And Odell. I think, like I said earlier, I think Odell has a really big week. I think Hopkins has a monster week. And just like Adam was talking about earlier at tight end, two bottom of the barrel guys were Tyler Eifert and Dallas Goedert at the same price, and I think I'm starting Tyler Eifert.
I was
Yeah,
saying
that's what
especially
I have right
with
now.
AJ Green.
He got back involved. Mini coming out party, 6 catches on 8 targets.
What's so funny?
I don't want to talk about it. And then at defense, I want to pay up for Chicago this week. I mean, it's a good offense in Tampa Bay,
That
but
team's
Chicago
gonna be
is
shit.
just dominant, and Khalil Mack is going to terrorize.
That should be one of
Patrick.
the. I feel like that's gonna be one of the best games.
Yeah, it's one of those games that 3 years ago you'd be like, oh, I don't want to watch
Yeah.
these two teams. Now it's like, all right, let's watch them.
Let's do it. Yeah.
The Bears have at least one interception and one fumble recovery every single game.
Yeah, they have
It's 'cause
14
Khalil Mack's,
sacks.
like averaging.
They have 14 sacks in 3 games, and it might be worse against
It's,
Tampa.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
I think over under 6 sacks.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I think they're gonna hit
Ryan
6 sacks.
Ryan Fitzpatrick goes. He gets sacked a lot.
He holds
Yeah.
the ball, but I feel
I think
like
they get 6 sacks.
6 is a lot. I'd say.
I was gonna go with 5, and I was like,
I
I
say
think they're gonna
6
get.
and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
I'll say
to my favorite segment of the week. Let's do our Hail Mary.
Hail
picks.
Marys, dude. I
I
love.
love picking the Hail Marys.
Basically, what we do is we take a quarterback ranked outside the top 12, running back, wide receiver ranked outside of the top 36, and we say, all right, these are some guys ranked really low that we think have a shot at breaking the top 5, top 10 in their position. Adam, start us off with quarterback. Who do you like?
So I know we mentioned him earlier, but I really like Case Keenum.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going up against Mahomes. You're gonna have to
You're
sling
gonna have
the
to.
ball. They're gonna be
You gotta
down.
keep up.
And so that I feel like that's what it's going to be the whole game. I feel like he's going to be throwing the ball a lot, and I really like Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, he's a
and
stud.
that I mean their wide receiver group's pretty good.
You think this is
Portland
a week
Sun-
that Demaryius Thomas looks a lot better?
Yeah, he has looked kind of lost, but I think that against the Chiefs they are a bad.
That's a
defense.
get right
They have
matchup right
allowed-
there.
So they have allowed the most passing yards, the second most passing touchdowns, and they average 30 points allowed to the quarterback position. So that's why I got Case Keenum.
Yeah, Case Keenum's
I had him
really
ranked at 17, but I would not be surprised if he finishes top 5. I mean, top 10. I think he's having a big week,
Yeah.
especially at home too. So
At home is a big help for him, especially.
Marcus, who do you like? Do you even need to ask?
You don't need to ask because it's Baker. Baker's going off this week.
Baker, baby.
I'm on the hype train, dude. I think he's going to be nasty. I might buy a jersey after this week. I think that Browns jersey with all of like the duct tape last names is gone.
It's no more. You think Baker's literally going to be the franchise quarterback?
Cleveland Browns will burn that with LeBron jerseys after this weekend.
Okay.
It's going to be good, man. I
Wow.
think he's undefeated, rare for the Browns, but they got expectations. He's getting his first start against a trash Raiders team that had some expectations and isn't meeting them. John Gruden, I don't know. That's just period.
every
after
week
that
when I watch the
statement.
Oakland Raiders, I'm like,
Nah,
what's going on?
they should have just gave Khalil Mack the money.
They should have given him the money.
and they should have just went no coach.
Well, when
No
your coach is paid more than most of your players
Yeah,
by a
that's-
long shot.
tough to listen to your coach if he's getting paid more than you.
He told me that he offered Khalil Mack $99 million because he didn't want to make it more than him.
Wow. You got
Wow, inside source.
But yeah, I think he'll get at least 2 passing touchdowns, and I think he's gonna add one on the ground too.
Baker or Russell Wilson?
Baker. No, Russell Wilson. But Baker, like, come on.
Marcus, take me through Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen.
You guys don't care about my quarterback?
Skip Cody's quarterback.
Sorry, I thought we already talked about him.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about him.
So I don't want to talk about Joe Flacco.
Fair. To be fair though, I did pick Jared Goff.
You said let's.
I said let's see if I was right because I can't pick him because I know that we do the segment.
You should have stuck with your gut.
You keep putting all these
Stick
asterisks
with your gut
for your picks.
All right, I didn't pick Jared Goff. I knew he'd have a big week. Though.
You did last week with Antonio Callaway. It didn't work.
Hey,
this week.
I did this week and I got it right. I will Joe Flacco just because he's gonna be a shootout. I think that he puts up at least 15 touchdowns in this one.
What?
It's like. No, Joe Flacco's going to get 2 in the air, maybe a third. I think 2 in the air is going to be good for him. I think he's going to go over 300 passing yards.
Joe Flacco.
The Steelers don't scare me at all.
No. Who do you think is the best? Who do you think scores the most out of Baker, Joe Flacco, or Case Keenum?
Joe Flacco. I think we're all going to pick her. Let's just go to the next one.
Tariq Cohen.
I don't know what you were feeling with this one.
Yeah.
Dude, there was literally no one outside the top 36. I changed it to the top 30.
Aaron Jones was ranked 50.
Yeah, you also did yours before mine, so yeah, but I do it off our rankings.
I don't think I did.
Do you not do it off our rankings?
No, because my rankings are going to be higher than that.
Yeah, but
I go for like consensus rankings. Like, what does Matthew Berry think? So I say, oh, he's dumb. He has fucking Aaron Jones at 50. I got him.
Yeah, but I feel like our rankings are the most legit.
So why would you rank someone at 36, but then say they're going to be top 10?
What do you mean? I just go through like it's a Hail Mary. Like they could be, you know? Like Antonio Callaway could be top 10 receiver this week. It happens every week. Like why would you rank?
Alright, just tell me about Tariq Cohen.
I mean Tariq Cohen could do well. I think wow, I didn't know that's what you were doing.
Yeah,
I just do it off the average.
And you definitely ranked first. I did not rank before you. I went in these last night after you had already done them.
Well, yeah, because Aaron Jones was alright, well, future reference, maybe I'll do it the other way. But Tariq Cohen, he's coming off the best game of the year with 5 carries and 53 yards, which is...
Yeah, he had 68 total yards and no touchdowns. And
yeah, but I mean, if this game comes to a shootout, I think Tariq Cohen might be on the field.
A shootout between Mitch Trubisky and Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Not a shootout. Like, if it comes to a point where it's like, the Bucks are just, like, shitting on him, then they have to throw the ball. Yeah,
Who has more touchdowns this week? Khalil Mack or Tariq Cohen?
I mean, clearly. But if you're in PPR, it can be where.
Oh, God. I might take Khalil Mack. I might.
Draft him. Alright, let's hear yours.
Adam.
Mine? Buck Allen, baby. We talked about him.
Buck Allen. Fuck
Dude,
Buck
he
Allen.
is a vulture. He
is.
Just vultures touchdown from
John
Alex
Harbaugh
Robbins.
literally thinks this guy's a Hall of Famer.
I don't understand he doesn't get volume, but he is so incredibly efficient with it. Like, he scored twice last week on 9 total touches.
Oh, Alex Collins just rushed for 60 yards in this drive, and now we're at the 1
Alex
yard
Collins
line.
could
Let's give it
literally...
to Buck Allen.
Exactly. They're like, oh, you just ran a 65-yard up the whole... You drove us the whole field? All right, Buck Allen, go score us a touchdown. That's what it is, and that's why he's my Hail Mary.
So what did you use for your rankings? Did you use our rankings, or did you use consensus rankings?
I use a consensus.
Motherfucker. Yeah, because Buck Allen's 32.
It's still a Hail Mary.
Aaron Jones is still 35 though.
So it was close.
Yeah, I
said
changed
top,
it. Well, I
said
changed
top
it.
36,
I
but
did-
it's on
well, no,
a
I
bye
changed
week.
it to top 30 because of the
Yeah,
bye week.
so-
the bye week's the problem.
So who I have is Aaron Jones, like Marcus keeps trying to say. I think that it is bold.
I said bullshit.
How Latavius Murray look against them last week? Less than 5 rushing yards.
Latavius Murray
Yeah.
was the flop of the century.
I think Aaron Jones is gonna literally make Jamal Williams go home and cry.
He's a much better back.
I think that he's way more talented. You see Jamal Williams runs, he looks tentative behind the line.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, he hits a guy and he always falls forward. He always gets like those 2-3 yards after contact. On like 6 carries last week, he still had 42 yards. I think that he's going to get a bigger workload. I think Green Bay is going to be up. I like Aaron Jones. I'm starting him in a lot of leagues if I have Aaron Jones.
I think it's going to be interesting when we talk about this on Tuesday with whose Hail Marys actually worked out.
All right, fair
Tariq
enough.
Cohen, watch out, baby.
When Buck Allen scores 2 touchdowns again,
That's just a gimme.
you'll know.
Marcus, not Marcus, I don't like yours. Adam, I love your wide receiver.
Geronimo Allison.
Let's hear about it.
Let's hear it.
I believe in the kid. I mean, when you got Aaron Rodgers throwing you the ball, I mean, it's pretty hard not to
Oh,
be
the double A-Ron.
the Aaron.
Double A-Ron.
I mean, his targets have dropped, but like I mean, the same thing with Buck Allen.
But his yards have gone up.
He's efficient. Yeah, he stretches the field for the Packers. I
Yeah.
feel like he's the Jordy Nelson of that offense right now. I mean, you got Devontae Adams, and he's technically behind Cobb in the depth chart, but I mean, his
I would say he's probably going to be the number
He's kind of like the Kenny Galladay, where it's like you think it's Marvin Jones
exactly.
and Golden Tate, but really Kenny Galladay's out on the side playing more snaps. than
And
Golden
I
Tate.
just think that Allison's upside is far greater than Cobb's.
Yeah, I don't think there's a league that I would rather start Cobb in over Allison this week.
No, I mean, I just feel like they might destroy the Bills, and he just might not get a lot of catches.
Yeah, but I think that
All he needs is one catch.
exactly.
That's true. That's true. All right, what's yours?
So outside the top 36, there were a lot of good options. Tyler Boyd, Mike Williams, and Sammy Watkins were all outside of it.
They're all inside our rankings.
Yeah, it's because we're smart.
Yeah, that's why you gotta go. We're gonna have a chat.
But I didn't go the easy route.
There you go.
I went with the heart. I played with the heart on this one. Antonio Callaway.
Wait, you like Antonio Callaway?
See, the thing is, though.
I feel like I haven't heard you say that.
Does he?
Did you guys watch
What
the
team does
game
he
last
play
week? Did you guys watch the game?
Yeah.
Did you see the first quarter? Tyrod Taylor literally tried, like, he made Mo Claiborne look like a fourth grader trying to cover him out there.
Yeah, he did.
Who
did they play against last week?
The Jets.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game.
And, yeah, Antonio Callaway on 2 long balls was wide open. That could have been a 45-yard touchdown and a 75-yard touchdown if they could get it there. I think your boy Baker can get it there. I think Antonio Callaway, if he catches 5 passes, he had 11 targets last week. If he catches 5 passes, they're not going under 100 yards.
That's fair. But I don't think he
He had
I,
11
don't know,
targets.
I didn't see Baker throw the ball downfield, so we'll see what it looks like. But I think Tyron might go for the farther than him. You don't like my pick?
No, I do. I just like Jerron Wilson more.
Rude. 10 Gid, I think he's a solid pick. I mean, the game should be a shootout. Like, I think it's going to be pretty high scoring. I think he should get some touchdowns. Like,
I just like him more at home. I don't like him outside, like on the grass in New York.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, the Saints' office is different outside.
Yeah, they're definitely different.
But it's going to be 70 and sunny.
Yeah.
Okay,
in New
fair
York,
enough.
So.
Fair enough.
Tight ends, though. Who do you got, Cody? You can start us this time.
I got Tyler Eifert. We were talking about it a bit earlier. 6 catches this week. I'm starting him everywhere in DFS, and I think, Andy Dalton with AJ Green a little bit more banged up, and kind of defense is key on him. If Eifert can add that third option behind Boyd and AJ Green, I think that not only Andy Dalton has a pretty good week, but Eifert can be a sneaky top 5 guy at a top position.
Yeah, I think it should be good. Maybe I'll start changing my rankings and put Gronk outside the top 15. and then use it, and then I'll just nail the Hail Mary every week.
But that's not how this works.
You're right. I got Dallas Goedert as mine. We talked about him. Don't need to go too in depth, but I just think, he could have another good game. He got same workload as Zach Ertz did last game.
Yeah.
So you could see him have a good one.
Carson Wentz likes the tight end.
He likes
they
the tight
have
ends.
no one at wide receiver help.
And he's actually pretty good. He's a rookie tight end, but he's
drafted 48th overall.
Yeah, it's solid for a tight end. So we'll see how it is going forward. But I think if you need a late streamer, he's worth the pickup. What about you, man?
Vance McDonald. This was a tough one. I don't trust him week in and week out by any means. But after that stiff arm last week, it's hard to look elsewhere.
Oh yeah, it was sick.
But I think he's a sleeper in that offense. I think he's a better talent than Jesse James. He's shown his potential in spurts, both with San Fran and now in Pittsburgh.
He's a better athlete.
I think listen, I'm not super confident in him, but I think he is a better talent than Jesse James. So I think he should.
Yeah. He's got a high ceiling.
Do you start Vance McDonald or Dallas Goedert if you have both?
I'm starting Goddard.
It depends on the situation. I feel like Vance McDonald could have more. If you need, it depends on what your matchup looks like. If you need
Baltimore, I don't know how they are against tight end. I think they're okay.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert has a higher floor, but I think Vance McDonald has a higher ceiling.
Oh no, the Ravens are the 6th best defense against a tight end, so maybe Vance McDonald might. But
they played against some bad tight ends.
Yeah,
that kind of skews at the beginning of the season. It's only 3 games.
Yeah, it feels like we're a lot farther into the season. And I'm my fantasy team's only 1 and 2. I'm fine. This is fine.
It's still early.
Yeah, usually I start out 0-3, so I think I'm good.
Let's go ahead and preview our matchups for this week.
All right.
Marcus, who are you playing this week?
I'm playing David. David beat you last week.
All right. We were supposed to talk about it on the last one. Last week was a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I was up by 12 points. And then Chris Godwin, touchdown. That hurt. That was really bad. But then what really happened was Juju got that one last catch where I went from winning to losing with 2 minutes left, and I am now in 2nd place, even though I have the most points in the league. Yeah. 150 more points than Marcus 3 weeks. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter till playoffs, man. I just gotta make playoffs. Is it 6 teams that make playoffs?
Yes.
Right? All right.
16.
So I just gotta be. I'm definitely better than Jeff. My team's better than Jared's. I just gotta beat 2 other teams. So I think I should be fine. Yeah. But I think I'm predicted to beat David this week. which hasn't really been the case for my team this year.
Run down your roster and let me know if you have any matchup decisions going into the weekend.
I got Matt Stafford, AB, Tyreek Hill. I think he should have a good game. My receivers are pretty solid. Alex Collins. We'll see what Buck Allen does. Carlos Hyde, Jared Cook, Sony Michel, Mike Williams, and then I picked up Green Bay defense. I have Josh Gordon on the bench, and I think that's the only other.
Yeah, I think that you kind of have pretty much chalk this week for who's in your lineup for who you should play.
I mean, I have Ryan Fitzpatrick on the bench too. I might start him, but I don't.
Over Matt Stafford.
You did last week and it worked.
Yeah, it did.
And I picked up.
You got the W last week?
That was rude. That was rude.
I was originally projected to beat Steve. And
what
then
happened
last night happened. And Adam Thielen had 34, and Brandon Cooks had 32, and Todd Gurley had 25. So now I am down 92 before even playing one player.
Yeah, but who's on Steve's bench?
And if he had started the man, the myth, the legend, Jared Goff,
You'd be down by 140.
I would be down by 148. And I had none of my players were even gone.
That's like what I'm averaging a week.
I was projected 149, so he could have started those 4 players and still possibly could have beat me. So, I mean, I got Drew Brees going. I'm confident in him. He's been really good this year. Keenan Allen, I'm hoping he turns it around this week.
I think he has a good
We've talked about Allen Robinson. We talked about Saquon. Gio's going to have a good week. I'm hoping Tyler Eifert does. So, I'm hoping my team shows up and I make it close.
I kind of like your team this week.
This week, yeah, I got Javorius Allen and James White, 2 players we talked about a lot.
One good thing for your team is Doug Baldwin is trying to play this week.
I have... Is he?
Yeah. He said he's declared himself ready to go for week 4.
Wow.
What do you
cool.
Start? Are you gonna start?
Well, no. But, I mean, I have a lot of players coming back. So, like, I got LaShawn McCoy. I mean, he's iffy. But then I got Doug Baldwin, Mark Ingram, and Alshon Jeffrey coming back, which should definitely help my team a lot. Because my flex position is pretty thin. We have 2 flexes. And I can sub in Mark Ingram and Alshon Jeffrey there and feel a lot more confident.
Than Buck Allen and James White.
Yeah, but once Joe Mixon comes back, then it's just kind of filling that.
Yeah, Gio goes out, and then I put in someone else, you know.
I mean, the good thing for you is that Steve starts Tavon Austin like a complete dumbass. So we'll see.
No, I don't think he has him in anymore.
Not this week.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He did yesterday when I took the picture.
No, he has Ted Ginn instead. He's your man.
Yeah,
your Hail Mary pick.
Who else do you have in then? Who's his running back?
Jay Ajayi and Todd Gurley.
Oh, he started Jay.
Oh, Jay Ajayi.
That's really
interesting. We'll see.
He's got Sterling Shepard in, and then Tom Brady.
His team's kind of good this week too.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, you're probably gonna lose this week.
I might take the loss. I'm 2-1, so I'll drop to 2-2. But with the way my team was built at the beginning of the year,
I'll take it.
I'll take the 2-2 start because then,
like I just said,
once my team gets better, once I get my players back, my team was kind of built for the later in the year. So. I'm at 5th right now. If I can kind of huddle around there, then playoffs are looking good.
You just got to make playoffs, man.
Yeah, I mean, the current projections right now has Sean at 11-2. He's gonna win out.
What am I at?
Yeah, you, my friend, are projected from 9th at 4-9.
We won't worry about projections. They have like
4-9.
Yeah, projection.
4-9.
Last week I was projected to be in 3rd. This week I'm projected at 7th. So they changed so often.
Patriots projected to lose, and Tom Brady was supposed to quit a few years ago. And then they won the fucking Super Bowl. So
yeah, that's very true.
This is right where I want to be.
This week I'm playing against Jeff. Jeff, number 2 overall, took Le'Veon Bell and does not have James Conner on his team.
Jeff might have one of the toughest starts to the season I've seen in a while.
And then the worst, to add insult to injury, was who scooped up James Conner?
Tyler.
Tyler scoops up James Conner right in front of Jeff and starts him
week
1 and then goes off
Jeff.
against Jeff. Wow, that is bad.
Jeff's team right now is Big Ben at home, which is good. AJ Green, Golden Tate, Kenyon Drake, Tevin Coleman, Ben Watson, TJ Yeldon, Corey Davis in Philadelphia.
Jeff.
And if I can't pull off a win this week,
he's not that good. He's predicted the lowest amount. If you're listening to this, Jeff, take TJ Yeldon. How do you want to?
I got Patrick Mahomes, Mike Evans, Kenny Galladay, David Johnson, Carry-On, Zach Ertz, Emmanuel Sanders, Sammy Watkins in Seattle. But on my bench, which I'm not sure, but right now...
Just start Callaway. You might as well.
I know.
You really don't need anyone on your team.
But Leonard Fournette, I'm going to obviously start, I think, over Carry-On.
You should start.
I would say so.
But I also have Matt Breida and Antonio Callaway on the bench that make it kind of harder to put my flex in this week. I'll probably just end up playing Callaway because I just have to. But I like Sammy Watkins like that too. Right now I'm in 2nd. I think I need Marcus to beat David this week. and I should go back to first.
Marcus, who do you suggest Jeff start over TJ Yeldon? Willie's Snead?
Why?
Kelvin Benjamin? Ryan Grant?
Try Cole Beasley.
I didn't really look at his. I mean, honestly, even then.
His bench is depleted. I mean,
see, that's why I would start Taylor Gabriel.
His
over
number
TJ
one.
Yeldon.
So his number 1 and 2 running backs and his tight end are all out. So
I'd
that's
probably
tough.
pick up someone off free agents.
Yeah, Taylor Gabriel's in free agent. So is Christian Kirk. Actually, no. Tyler tried to trade Jarvis Landry, which I'd accept that before this week starts.
Oh, Taylor Gabriel's a free agent, huh?
Yeah.
I'd pick up Brandon Marshall and start him over him. I'd pick
Brandon
up.
Marshall's pretty
I
solid.
started Brandon Marshall a couple times.
How'd that work out?
He gave me 8 and 5.
But he got that touchdown the first game.
Yeah,
He
that's
kind of
true.
looked promising for a second.
Yeah, until Doug Baldwin comes back.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, that's pretty much it. That was Adam's first show. Maybe we'll take him back. We'll see.
He might earn a contract.
He might earn a contract, but
It might be a 10-day contract.
10-day.
Just like
no guarantees.
A working tryout.
Yeah, team option.
All right.
But yeah, if you guys got any questions, go ahead and hit us up on Twitter tomorrow morning for your rankings, or like who you want to start, who you want to sit, any
At
problems
Hide
you're
and
having. At Hide and Zeke. You can check out our rankings at hideandzeek.com, see who's actually in the top 30 and outside of it for the Hail Mary picks and how they did not do them correctly. Shout out to Poop New Sales for sponsoring the show again. They just got the best content. They help us out. They write all our content for our shows. TV12 Sports is a sponsor that's pending.
where's the hat?
The hat's not over here yet.
JD Martinez signed my hat, so he supports the show.
He supports the
All right.
show. Yeah.
We'll have him on next week.
We'll have one next week.
Yeah.
But we'll be back
Jumbo
on. We'll be back on Tuesday. Let you know how our matchups went, and just to preview the next week and talk about all the games. But other than that, that's a wrap.
Good luck this week, except for Sean.
He's not even playing, Sean. He's not.
Sean,
I missed Steve, but I said Sean, so fuck you,
just
Sean.
getting